Hi everyone, welcome back to Dave's Whiskey Reviews. We are back in a new location, a new house, my new house, which is really nice. So I've got my whiskey room here that we'll be doing these with, and the brand new bean bag as well, which I think is fantastic, and I absolutely love. So we've got another mystery review here, I think number 21, which is in this little bottle here. It was given to me by a friend, Mike. Thank you very much, Mike, for this random sample. I have absolutely no idea what this is, other than the fact that he did tell me that it was a little unfair because he really didn't expect me to get it at all. So we will see. I'll pour a bit more than that. What this sample can tell us. Probably not a huge amount, but it's good to be back. It's good to be back doing these again. I'll try and keep these a little more regular, hopefully in the future. I'm aiming to do maybe one a month now, which would be good. We can see here, hopefully you guys can see that, there's the viscosity of the whiskey. The colour is probably, I would say, gold, which tells us absolutely nothing. And the viscosity is looking kind of medium-ish. It's not really slow. The legs are quite, they're not really fat, they're not really thin. Doesn't really tell us a huge amount about the whiskey. I think it's going to take some getting back sort of used to mystery reviews again. I'm a little bit out of practice, I do have to say. I have been tasting whiskey, I've still been tasting a lot of whiskey, but not blind, not quite like this. So at first nosing, this isn't revealing a huge amount about the whiskey itself. I mean, there's some things I can tell you, just that it's not really full flavored, it's not hitting you right in the face. It's a bit malty, there's lemon, there's like a kind of dry flavor in there, like oak. And to my nose, there is a little bit of a smokiness in there. Which I'm finding a bit strange, because I didn't really expect this to be peated, or even a Scotch whisky actually, which is most of what I taste. Yeah, it's quite light, maybe a little bit of smoke, and that sort of lemon and malt. Let's have a taste. Quite intense, definitely peaty, definitely smoky. Big, powerful finish. Really mineral. I was not expecting that to be cask strength, but I have a feeling that it might be. Oh, and we're in very much Islay territory here. It's quite a soft sort of arrival with lots of sort of lemony, citrus, malty sort of flavors. And then the smoke really kicked up. Very powerful. Yeah, this one's quite intense. Up at sort of cask strength, I'd say maybe 55-ish%. But it's so strange that the nose is so quiet, actually. I'm wondering if it needs a bit of water to release the flavors. It's a very quiet nose. Soft, not a lot of power, lemon, malt, and then bam. Smoke, and really very mineral. And quite delicious, actually. Especially into the finish where you get this kind of chocolatey, dark chocolate. Very smoky peat. Lagavulin is my first thought. Lagavulin. It's not medicinal, sort of in-your-face Laphroaig. It's not citrusy really enough for Ardbeg. It reminds me a lot of these kind of mystery Islers that you get quite a few of, these sort of normally 8-year-olds or 10-year-olds that will tell you that it's some kind of Islay malt, but won't tell you exactly which it is. Often they can be a bit more specific. Sometimes it's Southern or South Shore Islay, which really splits it between the 3 distilleries. And to me, this one tastes more like a Lagavulin. Or I could be completely wrong, which is normally the case. It's so funny that that nose is quiet. I really don't know what to make of that. I know that Mike's been to Islay quite recently, and I was wondering if, when I first had that taste, and I thought, well, maybe it's cask strength, that, this was some kind of cask sample from, Lagavulin that I couldn't possibly guess. But that nose is so quiet. Really subtle. There's a little bit of sort of sea salt coming out now. Quite spicy as well in the taste. Such a powerful finish. It's very, very odd. Very, very odd in that the nose is so quiet and the finish is so powerful. It's just completely opposite ends of the whiskey spectrum. I suppose I have to kind of guess what I think this actually is, because that's what I do, but I'm left feeling a bit confused. It could theoretically be a Kalila. Could theoretically be some kind of crazy Port Charlotte thing. I have had Octomores that have been like this, that have been quiet on the nose and super intense on the palate, and they tend to be very, very mineral as well. I don't think it's peated Buna. It's almost a little harsh into the finish. It's spicy, it's so intense and smoky, and it just really whacks you in the taste buds. Well done, Mike. I mean, seriously, I have absolutely no clue what this whiskey is. Any kind of guess that I would give would very much be a guess. And I am left wondering what this little slip of paper is going to tell me. But before this video goes on too much longer, I do have to actually guess. I am thinking more Kalila now. Some kind of, but then I don't know where he would have gotten Kalila. But that's what it tastes maybe more like. And some Kalilas can, I'm always amazed at the versatility of Kalila, because it can be sometimes very smoky and powerful, other times it's very delicate, and sometimes it's very mineral, like this one's been. So I'm going to guess that this is some kind of independent bottling of Kalila. And I am going to go with that this is a cask strength version from Gordon MacPhail from a sherry cask. Although there's no sherry to it whatsoever, actually, now that I say that. Oh, I know they've done quite a few of those. I had a bottle of one of them. But that's kind of the best I could do. Apologies. but this has really left me guessing, clutching at straws here, because this is really, really very difficult. But yeah, independent bottling of Kalila, Gordon MacPhail, cask strength. Yeah, 2006 or something. Let's have a look if I can read some of Mike's handwriting. David. Yes, so I can reveal that this one is indeed a Lagavulin. It's not one I would have been able to guess, because he has been a bit sneaky, which is fair enough. We do like to test ourselves. And this is a marriage of Lagavulin 8, which is the version at 48%, and the 16. So you've got sort of a marriage of the power of the 8 and sort of the finesse of the 16. I don't know if it's a 50-50 split. I would have thought so. Said by some to be the closest thing to Lagavulin of old. Very, very interesting stuff. I should have gone with my first thought. I started overthinking it. That's the problem with these, is that you get so many thoughts and possibilities into your head. As soon as you smell it and you go, okay, that's what it is, that is normally the best way to taste, is to actually just go with your instinct more than anything else, sort of trying to guess. So it wasn't cask strength. I guess the age maybe was kind of sort of, I was thinking it was about 11, 12 years old, something like that, which I guess isn't far off. Strength was off. I was in the right region at least. It was a Scotch, it was from Islay, but yeah, very interesting sort of little experiment. And I do recommend doing this kind of thing because it is really interesting, just sort of blending some whiskies at home together. It's quite easy to do, and you definitely get to know, what works, what doesn't. There's no reason to leave the blending up to the blenders. It's definitely really interesting kind of experiment to do by your own, on your own as well. So yeah, hope this video hasn't been too long. It's good to be back to it. Thank you very, very much for watching, and see you next time.